I've been sitting here on this dock by the bay, watching my blue skies turn to gray. Didn't know if I should run or stay, so I pulled up Mike's weather page, 'cause Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. Well, I admit that I had one or a few, 'cause I was down and I was feeling blue. But then I clicked on Mike's fan page. I saw all my friends, now I'm okay. It's Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. We all know Mike's a real fun guy. He'll track the storms as they blow by. But when the drunk donkey comes out to play, Miss Julia, take his phone away, 'cause Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away.
Not sure what the gusts are.
Well, there's Louie and her too. No telling what they're gonna do.
I think we're
You know he's got more than a million fans. Yeah, 'cause now Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away.
Drum roll. Yeah. If you heard some weird noises, that was Hunter. I still don't have my PC audio working, so I had the microphone on for the song. I didn't want to reboot the computer because I had it all set up. So those noises were Hunter. Both dogs today. It's a BOGO day. Both dogs wanted to be on the lap. So we'll show Louie here in a second. This is Hunter, by the way, Rebecca. So yeah, I see the 5 bazillion birthday wishes. I really, 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 really appreciate it. Of course, Shelly put the post on this morning, and as I do to her, when I do my late night posts, sometimes you get notifications from Facebook, and it sounds like a Vegas slot machine. Ding, 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 ding. So this morning my phone was ding, 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 ding. I'm like, I bet I know what she did. So... But yeah, I appreciate it. I'm not really a big birthday guy. I don't know. Every day is birthday. But the girls are excited. Probably the coolest thing today was first thing Sarah did. She slept on the couch last night when she woke up. It's your birthday, Dad. So that was sweet. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. So it's Monday. Good NASCAR race yesterday. The Bucks did not look good. Hope your football team. How about that Tennessee game? My gosh. Tearing down the goalposts and walking through the city, man. I have a friend's, Eric Anderson's son, I just saw is going to Tennessee, and he was part of those shenanigans. So that looked like fun. Living that college life. Right, Hunter? So how was everybody's weekend? We're going to talk a little bit about weather. We got a big, bad cold front coming down. That's the big news this week. We got storms today on the horizon. And then Tropics are sleeping. Let's put it up. Let's talk about our Daily Brew. Our Daily Brew is a tradition here in Oldsmar for me. We've been doing it since 2016, I believe. As soon as Facebook started doing these lives, we were doing them. So big thanks to our good friends at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Hope you had a great weekend visiting them, maybe, and having a few fall cocktails, watching football. Getting ready for this chilly air, right? They reached out today too, so appreciate it, Sean. Happy birthday, appreciate that, man. But yeah, we're getting into that fall season, man. It won't be long. We'll be talking about Fireball and Kahlua or rum chata. It's the perfect Halloween shot. We always have Halloween shots here. We set up a little party in the front of the neighborhood, and we always have some sort of an adult shot. Usually AVC sends out these cool little Halloween emails about making some Halloween-themed mixes, so I always pick one. Last year was like a cherry chocolate thingy. I'm not sure, but anyway, all right. Let's talk about weather. Appreciate it. So yeah, here's the deal. Tropics are sleeping, right? It's great. Great news. But we were out of K-Cups, by the way. I had to run down to 7-Eleven today. I had my last K-Cup on yesterday before softball, and there's no worse feeling than opening up your coffee cabinet and the K-Cup little thing was empty. It is the worst feeling in the world, man. I felt so. I'm like digging. I'm looking for Monsters. I'm looking for Red Bull. I'm looking for Mountain Dew. I had nothing with caffeine in it. I'm like, I gotta get some caffeine. So, hey, thank you, Tom, for your support, man. Appreciate that. All of our great subscribers. You guys are great, enabling what I love to do and keep our site going. That's right. Today's theme, cold front, some storms, and no tropics. This is Louie. So anyway, Louie rode down there with me to the 7-Eleven. He sat right there in the front seat and did a really good job. He's my little partner, my little buddy. He's such a good boy. Let's see. All right. Well, oh my goodness. So we have a couple official weeks left in the tropical season, unfortunately. And yeah, things can still brew. But man, every one of these cold fronts, it's just another day closer to the end of the season. Say bye-bye, Louie. These cold fronts start help cooling down the waters. There's just going to be a couple weeks left here, and but we still got to be alert. You just never know. The Caribbean water is hot. Hurricane Valerie ends November 30th, believe it or not. Usually like first part of November is usually it. I'm not really sure. I don't think anything happens around Thanksgiving. Hopefully not. But there's what we got. All right. As far as storms today, let's talk about tropics and stuff first. Let's talk about the storms today. Storm Prediction Center coming out with this today. This is what we got to look forward to. As our frontal line, I just put an estimated radar. So we do have a front coming down. We got storms for South Texas, Florida, and the East Coast. Flow is going to be pushing south and east. Daytime heating definitely going to be fueling these thunderstorms. So yeah, keep alert on your radar. Some of these cells could be quite strong. There could be hail. We had hail over the weekend in Florida because the upper aloft winds or air is cold. This is a big cold front, so there's a lot of cold air up there. So any thunderstorms big cold air. No tropics. So let's talk about this coming right now first and foremost. So that's a big chunk of the Florida Peninsula, South Texas. Here's your hail map. All these areas could have hail. These are your hail markers, 5%. Mainly wind event. I don't think we don't have any tornado areas, so that's good. Mainly wind and hail, which means strong, severe thunderstorms today. And I don't think they mentioned the T word, tornado. So that's it. Brief, severe hail wind threat. There you go. That's what we got. So let's take a look at some future radar. So this is a big, bad cold front that first one of the year. We can see the National Weather Service here, the new map today. Freeze watch all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. Can you believe that? So look at this. This is fog right now, but some of these freeze watches actually reach down to the Gulf. Purple is freeze. Dark purple is freeze warning. That's cold, man. Freeze warning all the way down to Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi. Freeze watch all the way down to the Gulf Coast. Coming in hot. Who likes the cold? Thank you, Lori, USVI. Appreciate that. Thanks. Man, there's a bazillion things. I wish I could thank every single one of you. Thank you, everyone, for the birthday wishes. I don't know what I'm going to do. Probably just hang out at the fire pit tonight. The little things in life. The little things in life are the best things in life. All right, let's talk about the storm coming today. This is the only thing happening right now. So here's what we got. So it's going to start out South Texas. We're going to start getting storms throughout the day down here, unfortunately. So I kept in touch with a lot of folks down there in Pine Island. And they unfortunately had more storms over the weekend. They were strong storms. Some of the power that they restored went back off because there was some strong winds again. So, man, they can't catch a break down south. I think it was Saturday night. They had really bad storms. So we could also, what I'm getting at, we could also see some today. So here's what we got. This is around noontime. We're going to start to see storms rolling in off the Gulf of Mexico down in South Texas. This is today. So there's storms everywhere, popping any place, anywhere. Not going to really be any guaranteed locations, but you can just see these storms today are going to develop. South Texas, look up here in Virginia. There's our frontal line. Could be strong all the way up to Pennsylvania. It's just a big drooping, today. Big drooping frontal line, and it's going to be pushing in a lot of juice out ahead of it. So this is this afternoon. This is around 4 o'clock. And there you go. So by tonight, should be gone. A little bit of lingering in the morning down south. Another line. So here's tomorrow morning. There's our frontal line pushing through Florida. So we could have more storms tomorrow, actually. South Florida, middle Florida, south. There's our frontal line tomorrow. Still touching South Texas. And we could have some snow. Look at the snow, man. We could have snow up in the mountains. Snow for Virginia and West Virginia. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Ohio getting snow. So this is real deal. This is the official first big cold front of the year. First official cold front. Hey, Robin, you are in Pine Island. Oh, my goodness. Well, I was down there, It was bad. I was very shocked at the surge and the damage that they had and wind. Tommy, the fire pit, it's a simple little setup, but it works good. Good morning, Mike Sherman. How's it going out there out west? Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Heidi. Brandy, Kelly, Cape Coral. It was good. Thank you there, Janice. Janice, sorry. So yeah, Cape Verde, Robin. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about tropics. So today, though, we got storms to watch. That's about it. Then some of these are going to linger into tomorrow. South Florida tomorrow morning, we could still have some storms down here coming in, unfortunately, to some of the areas that were affected with Hurricane Ian. So, 2 days, again, of more potential rain, more potential storms, unfortunately, for South Florida, West Central Florida. This is tomorrow morning. So there's our frontal line. So that is that. Some of those temperatures, oh my goodness, I just posted this. I can't believe it. The 20s way deep into the south with 30s dipping into Florida. Unbelievable for October. Hopefully this continues, which means cooling off the Gulf of Mexico and ending this tropical season early. So here's a couple of cold days. This is Wednesday morning. 2 days from now, cold blast, man. We're gonna have a huge blast. So if you're new to Florida, it's gonna feel muggy today because out ahead of this line is humid. It's hot. You'll see a temperature line of this, which I probably have a few places on my site, but you're going to get an abrupt line of cool, dry air, and then warm, muggy, hot air right now. There's really nothing showing it too strong, but the temperatures over tomorrow night, Tuesday night, look at this, 50s all the way down around Okeechobee, 40s into Orlando, 37 for Tallahassee. This is tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. 30s for Pensacola, 30 freezing possibly for Mobile, Alabama, 33 degrees. So that's tomorrow. Man, it comes in so hot and heavy. And then we go to Thursday morning, more of the same. 30s for Jacksonville, Wednesday night. Look at these 50s, though, possibly. 51, 52 for Tampa Bay. Freezing for Mobile. You guys ready for this? I don't know, man. I might have to dig out the old jacket. It's cold. Florida, check this out. So we got potentially 50 degrees in Tampa Bay Thursday morning. 49 around Lakeland. 39 around Gainesville and Ocala. So, man, our first 30s of the year. We could have 50s down there. At least once this front passes through tomorrow, at least we'll have cool air for the folks living down in the Hurricane Ian areas. Because it is so hot, muggy, and wet, and smelly. And you just have no idea what those folks are living through if you're not down there. And we could see some low 60s even for Miami and Lauderdale areas. The front does try to get through you guys. So we could have at least some drier skies. And for you all, which is great, right? Some of the cool modeling here we can take a look at. Let's take a look at, I guess we can look at the humidity line. It would be kind of good. Well, this is the dry, I guess the dew point maybe. I don't know what would be cool. I like this one. This is kind of going to show you the dry air coming in. This is all this moisture today. So here's what it kind of looks like throughout the day today. This is all your infrared satellite showing you the storms across the south. You can see the big push here coming down. This is the cold air. But this is it today. South Texas is going to get some storms throughout the day today, even into tomorrow morning. We're going to have storms, unfortunately, down south tomorrow morning. So 2 days of this front coming through. And man, it could get even nasty tomorrow. So Tuesday, ugh. I-4 south tomorrow. Tuesday could really be rainy down in South Florida, unfortunately. Not good. So 2 days. Man, there's a lot of weather coming. Look at this. This is lingering front. I'm thinking that we're going to see some more storms in South Florida tomorrow. Not looking good for them down there. So that'll be something to watch. For those folks, not good. The Euro, showing a better look at the dry air coming down. You'll see it. Here comes out front. Boosh! Right here. So here's the front coming in. You can see it spinning down. Big old dry air, Arctic air blowing in. And there you go. So there you go. Cold, dry air, nasty couple days for the South and Texas. So tip of Texas tomorrow, South Texas tomorrow, and the bottom half of Florida tomorrow, we could have some storms to watch. So that's going to be the big news for tomorrow. Is we're going to see what kind of storms is brewing across the South tomorrow morning. This will be what to watch. And we're still getting 12Z data in. Let's see if Southeast. I wonder if they do that. No, 30. But yeah, here's tomorrow. So, unfortunately, not good for the folks that had to deal with Ian. This is tomorrow going into tomorrow afternoon. So you better get ready. More rain coming. Not good. Bummer. Oh, Mike Soul says the kids are back to school. That's great news down south. I know he was affected down around the Cape Coral area. Mike, Friday evening so far looks good in the Bay Area. The only thing tropical which has been brewing, and we're going to talk about here in a second. So here's tomorrow, West Palm Beach, Harry. This could be tomorrow. You could have some storms coming at you tomorrow afternoon. So a second line, a frontal line tomorrow, unfortunately, developing across South Florida tomorrow. Let's take a look at tropics. Okay, so there's nothing official, nothing to worry about. Historically speaking, we're on the downhill slide here with where we're at. We're somewhere around here, I would guess. Here's November 1st. So history says we can still get storms, but every day is closer to November, and right now there's nothing showing up, which is great, right? Right. However, you got to be honest. There's still a lot of water temperatures. They're still hot. Your weekly water temperatures, everybody loves to ask. Well, this is actually just open up Bay News 9 here. This is your water temperatures here, Bay News 9, 83, 83, 83, 84, 84. So the waters are still plenty hot. Usually 80 degrees is the number for tropical development, 80. So everything's still warm. Don't let your guard down and doesn't, not hype anything. Just ocean heat content still very warm. All it would take would be some lingering front, little low pressure area or a tropical wave to get into some of this. And if everything else lines up, then we can have something else. So the good news is right now there's nothing, but it's not over yet. We always look at tropical waves, always look at surface charts. It's kind of cool. You can look at full Atlantic surface charts and you can see that we have a few waves right now. There's, they usually are still out there now, and then, they'll end up in the Caribbean, and depending on, upper air patterns and what, sometimes they just cook on over through Central America. Sometimes they end up here, and that's where we got to watch them. So, so see, I don't think the season's over. If you were to ask me, I think we could still see a surprise little system. I don't know about how strong. Every day that goes by and the water starts cooling off more and more and more. Hopefully, but there is plenty of heat potential down there. So not over yet. Let's go to tropical tidbits. Let me show you what I've been watching here a lot here this week. It's been very consistent. So we got this big cold front coming down tomorrow and Wednesday. It's going to linger a little bit. It's going to be out here. What the Euro's been showing, nothing to worry about, but it has been showing a little bit of this front stay behind. This is Thursday, and it's been teasing the idea of something very weak developing off the southeast coast into the weekend. Now, this has been really consistent. So the good news is so far nothing's showing up organized as far as strong, more of a low pressure, which means rain. Could get sneaky over the Gulf Stream, maybe become a little tighter organized. So this has been showing up really consistent. Nothing to worry about, but even the old icon picked up on it. And of course, what low pressures mean? Basically rain. So if anything at this point, the front that's coming down now, piece of it lingers, and we could see a little bit of increased chances, at least for southeast rains for somebody. General motion this time of year would always be probably to the north, if anything, try to get going. So that's just what we're seeing. Lingering fronts sometimes, sometimes hang out. This is tropical tidbits here. You can see the frontal line. This is Wednesday. Sometimes these little frontal boundaries can combine with, a tropical wave not really showing up yet, which is good. But just kind of just keep that in the back of your mind. We actually talked about it Friday, and I'm surprised the models are still kind of showing that leftover. So if anything at this point, if you got weekend plans, just keep your eye on this front. If any of it lingers around, it could bring up the moisture for the southeast coast some. It's been really consistent. Yesterday's icon, the 12Z yesterday showed it. Weak, a brief moment here. 1,009. This is next Saturday. Again, that's not strong. That's not nothing to stress about as far as winds go. But it's got my eye on it. That's about it. No other models really showing it, but they are showing the front stalling. And CMC's kind of kicking one off more off the East Coast. So that idea is there. That's what we're going to keep an eye on. And you always watch down here. I mean, nothing's showing up, but this is when this time of year, an old frontal boundary that lingers in the Caribbean, and you get a tropical wave. Sometimes they juice things up and can get going. That's where you got to watch and kind of focus on this time of year. And like I said, typically these all go off to the northeast. That's why anything here is kind of doing that too. Everything follows these frontal lines that we have. Some of the models were showing some development with the blends that I use and the different different tools, but not a lot of support right now. So that's what we're watching. That's what we're watching. Old lingering fronts sometimes produce tropical mischief. So Mike Shoemate, yep, you got some storms coming, buddy. Yeah, these are hit or miss. I mean, they're really hard to predict who's going to get what. Basically, the line is because of this frontal line. Here's our big low pressure up here. This is the source of our, air coming down. But the storms are really going to develop here across these regions later this afternoon. And then tomorrow, like I said, we're going to see more storms. It looks like here tomorrow. That's going to be the interesting thing to see how strong these storms are. There might be enough cold air, hopefully, in place so they're not strong, but could be some more action through the night tonight and then tomorrow morning as this thing pushes through. And we'll see from there. Mark, late season tropics tend to be tornado makers. I agree. You know why? It's because of jet stream, right? We get these big dips in the jet stream, and that's what kind of fuels spring type tornadoes. You get a lot of shear in the upper environment, and because we have that big dip in the jet stream, it creates a lot of wind shear, and that wind shear is what brings instability with tornadoes. Yeah. What else can we look at, I guess? Let's look at... God, the dog's not actually making a lot of noise right now. I can't believe it. Alrighty, anything else? Let's see. Island Fins is on a catamaran cruising Florida's waterways. Pretty cool. Slushy in Wisconsin. You guys had tornadoes a couple of days ago up in Wisconsin, Sherry. You had snow, right? Slushy rain. What the heck, slushy rain? Oh, slushy rain. I cannot wait to make my annual trip to Gatlinburg coming up, huh? Snowing in Michigan right now, Jennifer? Oh, my God. Well, look at the future precipitation map. It's really showing up as far as some of that snow. Let's see here. Model. Let's see here. So we can kind of see it. You see it? Let's just look. There's a blend of, but look at that. Look at that low. So I'm just going to look at that sucker. Look at that tight little low up there spinning away. And that's going to be pushing in all this Arctic air, wraps around, it comes in from the Canada and bringing in that cold air that, So one thing that's cool about living in Florida is when we get these cold fronts that come through, you start to feel it. The winds start blowing in from the north, right? It's like the front passes, sunshine, blue sky, strong winds blowing in Arctic air from the north. And that's exactly what we got setting up right now. But look, there's your snow. There's snow down in Ohio, Illinois. Snow down, wrapping around. Snow down possibly in the Appalachians. Into Virginia. It's a cold one. Pretty awesome, isn't it? We did have a little snow possibility in the mountains. Let's take a look at that. We did have some mid-Atlantic possibilities here of snowfall. But I can't tell if there's a few little hints of it in the Carolinas. Let's go look at tropical tidbits. Could be some flurries across the mountains. Nah, not really. GFS, not sure. GFS is still not a bad model. Look at the Canadian show a little bit of snowfall. Showing a little bit. Look at that. Little snow. Could be a little bit up there in the higher elevations. Probably won't stick too much. The ground's still kind of warm. But your higher elevations could see some. Canadians usually pretty aggressive on the snow. I don't think there's going to be enough moisture in place. You need to have moisture. I mean, there's your Euro for Wednesday, right? It's going to be dry air. And you can look at things like humidity here, and you can kind of see there's a lot of dry air. There might be a little moisture coming in, though. Look at that. There could be some on Thursday. That we could see some snow maybe later in the week for the mountains. Look at that. Possibly. This is the time of year I go to my trusty little NWS map. Let's see. They ain't gonna say nothing. No, nothing official. Might be one flurry. It's a flurry alert. Hey, Bill, great question. Wants to know about power outages. Our good buddies at Furman have us a power outage map now that tracks Florida. Ooh, we're up to 12,000 again. Ew, God, we were down to 1,000. So yeah, man, they got a little setback over the weekend. Before our weekend storms, it was only like 1,500. Now it's up back to 11,000 again. And of course, that's all Lee County, mainly. So that's 12,000. 12,300. So yeah, Florida, unfortunately, yeah, man. So, we had strong storms Saturday again. I felt so bad. People having to deal again with the water in the roofs. And, some people got their power on, then it got knocked out again. I mean, just when you think, oh, my God, we got power back, you got to go back out and get the generator running again. Hey, appreciate that, MT Mapes. How's it going? Cheers to your coffee. We are currently on the St. Johns River. Cool. Wind forecasts in this area. Island fins. Well, the windy app's good. It defaults to the Euro, but sometimes I think the Euro is a little aggressive on wind prediction. So you kind of can flip between the two of them, between the GFS and Euro, and kind of average the two out. I like the windy app because you can time stamp it, and you can change it to wind gusts. So, Sharon Hodges, Short, good morning. Thank you. Thank you, Tammy Howerbeck. Appreciate all Happy birthdays. Like I said, every day is a birthday. Joel Harrison. I'll have to talk to Mr. Dan Saraki about that. So we had a great weekend. The Friday night they did their, was it Miona? I don't know. It was a Disney thing. What about Vegas? We talking about NASCAR? That was a rough race for Bubba and Kyle Larson. This ought to be interesting. Not really sure. I love retaliations and stuff, but man, the way everybody's worried about this car, hooking somebody on the left rear fender and sending them head on to the wall, not good. Rhonda, no, I love the weather, man. I slept in a little bit today. So anyway, all right. Anything else? Let's just see what you guys are talking about. So yeah, look, I didn't realize power is that's pretty rough. They're still dealing with it down south. And if you guys have popped over to my YouTube channel, we did have a couple of videos I put together. This was a really special video for me. It was near St. James. Her name was Annie Wins, kind of a local legend down there. She beautiful family. So I did a little video of us. If you haven't seen it, take a look at it. She tells her story and kind of gives you an idea what they're going through down there. And I got some video footage of St. James and Pine Island showing how bad it was. It was just like stuff you've never seen before. And this is 2 weeks after the storm, so yeah, it's bad. And this is north of Fort Myers Beach. Fort Myers and Sanibel were just to the south here a little bit, but just, crazy, just terrible. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. So there you go. All right, we'll chit-chat for a few more minutes. Tom, great question. I just had it on my cruise page. I think it's time to start planning a cruise now, right? The season's almost over. Knock on wood. Let's hope. But we have our cabins locked for at least another month. I prepaid a deposit to hold 100 cabins back in March, so our prices are locked until at least the middle part of November. But they're going pretty. The choices are getting a little slim pickings. But so the good news is for us, we locked in this rate before demand went through the roof. And our rate's about half the price now if you were to go to Royal or anybody else. So we got really good rates. So we're really excited about our Mike's Weather Page cruise, second year now. And if you like the cruise, man, spread the word. This is going to be an amazing week. Starting Sunday, actually, on land, we're going to have a party. I had a band reach out, too, I got to respond to today. That wants to come and sing. So we're gonna have a pre-cruise party, and definitely family friendly. We got Shelly's family goes, my family goes, Julie and the kids, and then Phil's family goes. So it's definitely awesome. So there you go. Check it out. So anyway, there we go. We got some countdowners. Tom's in. How about that? I'm so excited, too, because Royal Caribbean's got a conference center on the ship. So we'll be on the ship cruising with beautiful windows around us at sea, and I'll get to do my little 1 hour presentation on the Tropics. And Shelly's working on certificates. We're going to be giving away certificates of completion for hurricane preparedness, which is great. So anybody in that industry, you more than likely can write it off, because it is education at sea. But yeah, it'll be fun. Free cocktail party hour 1 hour before. We're going to have all kinds of stuff on the ship. We're going to have all kinds of stuff. Check it out. Anyway, definitely fun. And let's see what else is new on the page. I didn't think I added anything this week. I did start adding winter maps. I usually don't until the end of the season, but winters came in quicker this year. So I usually have a whole bunch of winter maps that are really cool. This is only 3 that I have, but once the season is like really winding down, I have all kinds of ice maps and snowfall maps, and but right now we got the frost freeze line, which is an interesting map here because it's already starting to show frost and freezing. Then I got wind chill maps, which is great. National wind chill map here. We're down in the single digits. It's at 84. The wind chill's 89 in Fort Myers right now. 89 degree wind chill. Is that such a thing? What's the wind chill? 89. Hopefully that's going to be a lot less here in about 2 days. And then the feels like temperature is always kind of cool to look at. This one's you can click on regions, get a little bit more zoned into your areas a little more if you want. So feels like temps are kind of fun sometimes because it adds in humidity and dew points and so yeah, there you go. There's our front, big bad front. This will be interesting to watch today. We'll see what kind of storms develop the next 2 days out of this front. Like I said, tomorrow morning we should still see some storms coming in off the Gulf of Mexico for South Florida. All right. So cool, man. Chris, thank you, buddy. All right. Well, that's about it, I reckon. Appreciate all the birthday wishes again, everybody. It means a lot. It really does. I posted about Sarah last night. It was, pre-birthday J and JD. I always have to put my 2 cents in now and then about the R word because it hurts. We were somewhere and I heard it and I had typed it, but it turned into a pretty positive thread. But that's what that was all about. So, hey, Donna Wade, how you been, buddy? Donna and Bob. Fire watch weather, I believe it. Somebody just mentioned fire watch is always big time when we get these super duper low humidities. So yeah, fire will be issued more because of these dry conditions. That's not the page I wanted. What Weather Prediction Center? Can't remember. Oh man, I cannot remember my good page. Is that all rain coming? Oh, that's old. They don't tweet that much. We do have some heavy rain tomorrow. Check this out. So our front obviously is swooping down. Look at the heavy rain for the northeast tomorrow. So we have some more flooding chances up north in Maine tomorrow. Flooding in Maine tomorrow. Here's the seasonal map so far. What catches my eye is this almost exact flow here of our 3 storms. We had Earl, we had Fiona, and we have obviously Ian. But they all pretty much turn the same, and then they kind of get pulled to the north. Turn north, turn north. That's kind of interesting, right? So we've had 2 majors so far. 4 hurricanes so far. 2 major hurricanes. We'll see if the season's over. So this did pop up on the tropical hazard map. I don't really like this map. But anyway, it does show, probability around 20% this week coming up here, and that's all tied into this juice here with that big wave that's out there now. So they do have that down as 20%, and I'm sure it's in response to this tropical wave mess that we got. So the air, this is where you want to watch this time of year, and as long as we don't see much convection, that's a good thing, right? But these little guys slide over here, we'll have to keep an eye on them. But right now, this is the area to watch, in my opinion, and nothing right now. Now, when that front comes through during the week, could see possible, left behind action into the weekend. Increased rains maybe somewhere across the southeast over the weekend as our front kind of backs up, pulls back north a little bit. But that's it. Good news is really nothing showing. So I'll take that with the side of hey, Jose, great question, man. Jose asked basically why all the chit-chat about an above-average season. Well, I fell into it, too, because they basically went on the fact that we were in a La Nina and the water temperatures were warmer than average. However, now, because the third year in a row La Nina is so rare, there's a little chit-chat that maybe third-year La Ninas aren't like second-year La Ninas, and that might have done something. And secondly, the biggest thing that deterred tropical development early season was our Bermuda High positioning was a little different. We had a lot of dusty, dry air in the Atlantic, a lot. That dusty, dry air, prevents tropical development in the main development region. It came off of Africa a little bit more this year and hung around. So the Atlantic was really dry and dusty, and none of that's really predictable, I don't think, early season. So yeah, we had the warm water, we had La Nina, but we also had dusty, dry air that seemed to linger. And the other thing, if you've been following our page, we've had these frontal lines linger across the Gulf of Mexico all season long, like I've never seen. We had frontal lines, just hanging out all year long. And anytime you get a frontal line just hanging out, that kind of pushes our Bermuda High more this way. And that's why Earl and Fiona curved. And unfortunately, that's why Ian curved too. That frontal line was very strong. And the one thing everybody's commenting on a lot is once, Ian went north, it brought in so much cool air from the north that it lingered for a week plus. It was really odd. I mean, there's been a lot of hurricanes in the past, late season. You get that crisp blue sky afterwards, and then you get the cool air behind, which we saw with Ian. But it was so kind of odd. It was just like cold air came in behind Ian. That's how strong that front was, and Ian kind of created that extra push down to that frontal boundary and brought in a lot of extra cool air. So that lasted forever. It was kind of odd. So yeah, the hurricane season, these frontal lines introduced a lot of shear too. When we had these frontal lines all year long, it actually, increases wind shear too. So the environment wasn't favorable for dust and this front. I don't think that kind of stuff was predictable early season. So we'll see if it's a, busted forecast. But it always takes one. Bill says they had that cool air with Wilma. Yeah, isn't that weird? These late season systems just bring in that cool air, man. Karen, appreciate that. Thanks for watching. Richard Reamer says they have 3 people with birthdays today. You're in Nashville. Did you see the Kid Rock's honky tonk race car in Vegas yesterday? I think they were in Vegas yesterday. Were they in Vegas? I don't even know where they were. I think they were in Vegas. But Kid Rock's place there in Nashville. We thought we were going to go until there was a line a mile long to get in it. It's like, nope. Nope. Hey, Sharon, winter predictions. Well, I think my gut's telling me we're going to see cooler air because our fronts are coming down way earlier this year and they're pretty strong. So, it's tough to get into long range forecasting, but this is really early cold air reaching into Florida. There's been a lot of Halloweens in Florida that we had to put the fire pit out and we were in like flip flops and we stayed 20 feet away because it was in the 80s and 90s. So if this cold weather lingers, which it looks like it will, like long range, even with this system that we're dealing with now, let me close some windows so I don't crash Chrome. Hey, Shelly, we went through the whole year. I have not crashed Chrome one time. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. So let's take a look at this front. So this front's going to actually keep the cool weather around a long time. I guess we can go to the Euro. Just take a look. Yeah, Euros. GFS actually doesn't do bad on the temps. We'll give the GFS a shot here. So this is through the week. Obviously, anything blues in the 50s. So let's just, for example, let's just go to the southeast real quick. So I mean, this cold snap. I mean, it's still showing 50s. This is next Friday night. This week coming up. So this cold blast is going to last a good bit. I mean, we can still see 50s Sunday morning for a big part of Florida. And then here comes our next front. So this cold snap's going to last a good 7-8 days. It looks like, well, maybe 7 days before our next one comes down. But once we get this pattern of cold fronts, man, they just stick around. I mean, the Euro is showing 50s every day all the way until next week, Wednesday, this is the 26th. So we're not, we're this weekend. Here's Saturday morning. Here's Saturday. Here's Friday night temps. Still in the 30s in the mountains, 40s all the way down to the Gulf Coast. This cold front's going to last all the way to the weekend. We can still see 40s Sunday morning. But yeah, there you go. I don't know. Big hugs, Dora. You got it. Richard says Kid Rock's place was crowded. Hey, what about the Mississippi River? Have y'all followed the Mississippi River? It is absolutely historically low, like very low, scary low. Around St. Louis, for example, I saw some pictures. I mean, it's below flood stage, like 2 feet, like record. I wonder if we could find a webcam or something. But anyway, it's very low. I don't know if I was kind of shocked. I saw some pictures this weekend of how low it really is around Missouri and middle part, basically middle U.S. Historically low. So that's an interesting story. If you're curious about it, Google it. You'll see some pretty amazing photos coming up of the Mississippi River being low right now, like crazy low. Let's see. Sandy said she loved Kid Rock. Yeah, we hung out at Alan Jackson's place. Trent Hogg, how's it going, man? Grilling and chilling. Thank you, Tammy. I want snow. Let's go snow. Let's go snow chasing. Yeah. All right. Well, That's it. I forget the kids are home today. It's the day after. And by the way, Emily got straight A's. I'm so proud of her. We let her go to Howell's Scream last night. She didn't get home until 1:30. She's kind of like her daddy. Turned into a party girl. Got home at 1:30 in the morning. But got straight A's. Big thanks to my buddy at Mathnasium here at Countryside. Mathnasium really helped her with her math. And now she got an A. Failed last year. Had to retake it. And then this year she got an A in her first semester. So highly recommend Mathnasium here. I think they're everywhere, but we go to the one in Countryside. So that was pretty cool. So we let her sleep in today, even though her room is like a bomb went off. There's clothes everywhere. It never fails. Room's clean for like one day, and it's like I give up. All right, we'll see everybody tomorrow. We're gonna start slowing these down pretty soon. We'll be back to probably just 3 days a week through the wintertime, because you guys will get tired of me. Trust me, I do. So there you go. Couple more minutes here. We'll roll 2 more minutes, I guess. Jose just put a link on there. I'll unhide the link there because it is Earth Cam, Mississippi, Vicksburg. I went across the old bridge. Remember the old bridge that was around Vicksburg? It was like little, like the metal, barely big enough for 2 cars. I remember my folks drove us over that. It was pretty scary, actually, because there was nowhere to pull off. Numbers are down, Cliff. Yes, big time. How's our Caribbean friends doing, huh? Might have some juice coming your way. See these strong winds, though? It's kind of keeping this in check here. I don't know. Let's take a look. We have a lot of folks in the British, or the Virgin Islands, both Virgin Islands. We'll see if any of this might actually make it your way or not. I don't know if these waves will or not. Let's take a look. This would be kind of cool to see. Let's look at the precipitable water map. Maybe. So maybe this time next week. So the islands this time next week could start to see rain chances. So it looks pretty dry in the islands all week. This is precipitable water. This is red. This is the moisture in the atmosphere. So we can start to see more rains inching into the islands this time next week. Right there. This is next Monday, Tuesday. But extremely dry. There's our frontal line. This is Thursday. There's our big front. Like I said, sometimes these little fronts can leave behind some juice. This is Saturday. Nothing really organized to stress about, but it could bring more rain to the southeast, maybe East Coast into Sunday. That's it. A lot of wind shear, a lot of instability. It's all good news. Every week that goes by, man, we're closer and closer to the tropics. Christina Bending, thank you. Thank you, Cher. David Burial. Do you all see the video of the black bear running around Gatlinburg? There was an actual big bear, too. Not a little bear. Like gentle Ben size. Remember Gentle Ben? And Flipper. They call him Flipper. Lassie. All good stuff. Oh, our childhood. Who's Robin Ray? Shelley. Somebody complaining? I don't like this. Oh. All right, cool. All right, well, that's it, guys. We've, I'll probably do a YouTube video now because we do have weather today to worry about for Texas, Florida, and the East Coast. There is a frontal line coming. Could be some lingering storms tomorrow to watch. South Florida. So we'll kind of focus in on that. Little outside chance that this front could spin into weak low pressure for the weekend. We'll keep an eye on that. But big cold weather, is the story. That's it. Gotta love it, right? Gotta love it. All right. Jennifer wants to live. Well, do you live in Florida, Jennifer? Because I think that those were filmed here in South Florida. What about Gilligan? Marianne or Ginger? To the guys out there. I don't know, man. Kind of flip-flopped around. Mrs. Howell's a little too old for me. Flipper says, happy birthday. Oh, my God, our youth. There are so many good... hey, there were some highlights, Chris. How you doing, Chris? We had some highlights. She had a pretty good day. We were at the St. Leo reverse tournament, and Saturday she ended up, check this out, for 4 for 5. So the 4 games this weekend, she went 6 of 9. 4, 9. Yeah, so she was 6 for 9, which is way over 500, which is great. Pitched a really good game, and then had some really good defense. Yeah. So hits here weren't that strong, but they're all at the middle. This is her Saturday hits, but she's been really good about putting them down on the ground and just making plays. So yeah, 4 for 5 on Saturday, and then that was kind of a chopper. But hey, you put the ball in play, man. She's gone the whole season without 1 strikeout so far. So she always sees that ball, man. It's amazing. No strikeouts. It doesn't even seem possible. Here's a double play. She's playing second. So she got the ball, flipped it to short, and they got her. Double play. Pretty cool, right? And here's some of her strikes pitching. Screwball. Changeup. Changeup was sick, man. There's a strike, and then here comes another changeup. Oh, they don't know what to do, man. That changeup comes in. It's like a baseball slider. So, yeah, man, she's doing good. Velocity's getting better. Got about a 15% strike swing-miss ratio right now, which is unheard of. So, there you go, Chris. All right, well, hey, we'll be live tomorrow. We'll be live all week this week, and then we'll slow her down next week and see what we're going to do. So, Bernice, thank you. Florida Keys, John. I've never been to the Keys now that I'm legally drinking age. James, let's hope. All right. Well, we'll see y'all. Thanks so much for the birthday wishes. You guys are like family to me. I absolutely love social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and even TikTok. So what a great little weather community we got together and been through so much. Hopefully the season's over with Tropics and we can just talk about cold fronts from here on out. But Ian was the one this year, just like Ida last year. It only takes one. But unfortunately, I'm not 100% sold that the season's over yet. There's just too much heat potential and other factors. So we still got a couple weeks to hold our breaths, okay? But for today, things are good. All right. See you tomorrow for the Daily Brew. Bye-bye.